Hold on, hold on. Let me go live. There we go. All right, I think we good. We good. All right. Hey, Crystal Palace fans, what's going on? Good evening to some. Good afternoon to others. It's your boy T and my man Patrick for the live match reaction show. Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 0. Um, I feel like the score line is a little bit flattering for Liverpool here for sure. We played a lot better than the score dictated, in my honest opinion. Um, we got to get better on these set pieces, Pat. So what's your thoughts overall?
Frustrating. Like you just said, it was undeserved 3-0. It wasn't like the Chelsea match where I thought Chelsea were much better than us. I thought this was much more. Again, the set pieces for us, we just don't take ours very well. We were punished today big time on set pieces.
Mhm.
And I'm going to start right now. And I thought the referee was very inconsistent. I mean, a team like Liverpool does not need Andy Madley to not give Milner an early card, not to go to VAR for Benteke, penalty call, and just other fouls he called. He gave, later on in the game, he gave Ward a foul when it just 50-50 feet up in the air. I thought he was he was the kind of player referee that just didn't want to give, Liverpool a card in case he got the fans riled up or get Klopp upset at him. I just thought that was poor. But again, I thought the performance by the team was decent. I mean, we tried to go at him. I was happy the way we tried. And again, everyone had a chance that I guess that was at 1-0 to score. We didn't score.
Mhm.
We had half
Mhm.
chances. Ayu had a chance when he should have crossed the world when he took a shot. I mean, there were chances there we could have had. But again, I don't think I'm not upset at the performance. I'm really upset at the fact that we kind of let we just kind of gave Liverpool a couple of those goals when we really didn't have to.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely beat ourselves in a
Yeah.
lot of situations here. Because it's one of those things. You know how quality a team like Liverpool is,
Yes.
and we did some really good defending through what I would think was the majority of that game.
Right.
But from between missing your opportunities on the in the offensive phase to giving one too many chances to a really good team.
Yep.
You can't have those type of breakdowns.
No.
Those are the type of things that's what makes them as good as they are.
Right.
You're going to give them opportunities, and they're going to take them. I don't know. I felt like when we got in that second half, we were definitely a lot better when it came to things like our possession. I remember seeing a graphic at one point; it was almost 50-50. But
Right.
in that second half, we did a lot better job getting on the ball, retaining possession. Yeah, it was just a few missed chances for us in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Would I have liked to see us get a goal back, which we came close to on a few occasions? Absolutely, but I think that overall, especially seeing as what we saw from ourselves against them last year,
Right.
uh,
Non-competitive. Right.
big improvement, big
Yeah.
improvement for sure. Um, we got a lot of people in the chat here putting their opinions out there. Proud of the players believe that we need to take off taking those early. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely need to
No
take
doubt.
those. To me, I feel like some of the early chances we had were quality ones. God, the one that really stands out to me was that break that Edouard had that where it was him up against Konate and
Yeah, the poor
it didn't
touch.
go our way. Yeah, he had a poor touch on one on from
Yeah.
that one ball over the top.
Right.
Um, what do you think about the Benteke play where Micus took him down and no penalty was given?
I thought the least you can do is go look at that VAR. When I first saw it, I wasn't sure. The second time I saw it, and they showed it a couple of times, I thought he got clipped. So again,
Mhm.
the very least you can do is go to VAR and take a look. I don't know why Madley or the VAR didn't say, you know, take a look. I didn't understand that because it wasn't a clear dive. there was clearly a touch by the defender. So why not go and look at it? I mean, that's why VAR confused me. I thought that was the whole point of VAR was that
Yes,
if you're not sure,
like
you would go look at
what
it.
is the like? Because pardon me, I really want that that clear, defined understanding of what it's
Right.
there for and how
Exactly.
it's used.
And now shoot exactly.
Because like okay, in NFL for instance, with their instant replay stuff, you know every single time a touchdown is scored,
Yeah, they review it.
they review it
That
just as
automatically. Right.
protocol. It's like any time that there's contact inside of the box, they need to be reviewing it.
Yeah, man. I was kind of watching a little bit of the end, the Man City Southampton game, and the right back for Man City clearly brought down Armstrong for penalty. They looked at it. They didn't call it, but they went and looked at it. So I don't
Yeah.
understand. They wouldn't. It wasn't any more or less than what Benteke's decision was. But they went and looked at it. Decided it wasn't a penalty kick. I thought it was, but whatever. But my point, I don't understand why. I mean, that's the key decision in the game. He didn't look at it. Again, I think Matty just a really poor referee. I don't know how he. Then this was his second game of the year. He's even referee. I don't know why he gets Premier League matches. He's not any good. Andy Matty's as bad as his brother Bobby. They're both bad referees. We don't need to have a bad referee against him. We need a referee that's going to call it right down the middle. And I thought that was a bad decision. Go, but again, I guess that's not him. I guess the VR guy didn't say to him go look at it. But if he calls a penalty right away, then if it's not, he can go review it. But he didn't do anything. He just going to let it go. So I don't get that. I can guarantee one thing, Ty. If that's Salah or Mount going down in the box in
It's a
Anfield, it's going
thing.
to be a penalty.
It's gonna be a
So,
thing.
I mean,
I mean, and I agree with you too. And that kind of goes back to what you said earlier about we know it's Liverpool. We
right.
know they're the A side of this.
Of course.
The refereeing doesn't need to go towards them too.
It
Just play
doesn't
down the
need to.
middle.
Just
You
play.
play down the
Yeah.
middle, let their quality show, and
Exactly. Which it did on a lot
yeah,
of occasions today. I mean, they were good. I mean, we hung in there. We played. We went toe to toe. Gallagher I thought had a really good game. I thought Kyoto did a great job of screening. I thought Guehi and Anderson were good. The only thing that we switched off three times defensively, and that's what cost us. I mean, to me,
and that's what happens. That's that great teams will make you pay.
right.
You know,
It's like
maybe those mistakes go, you know, unpunished against the lower end teams, but
right.
against championship quality, you know, top of Europe teams, they're gonna make you pay, even with those few chances that they get. The
So
thing that bothered me though was through I'd probably say 70 to 75 minutes of the game was just the ref's inability to give a yellow card to Liverpool.
exactly.
There's no way
Milner in particular.
there's
Milner
no
should have
way
gotten a card
James
earlier in the
Milner
game.
should have
Yeah.
gotten out of that game without a yellow card.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
And by not giving that card, that nullified Wilf because Wilf wanted Wilf was trying to get that. Obviously, once he's on the yellow card, he's gonna have to be more attentive to defending, and Wilf never got a chance to really get into the game because clearly they weren't going to ever yellow card Milner. Milner could do whatever he wants with Wilf, and that's what he did. Kicked him down a few times, fouled him, got double teamed with Salah a few times, but I don't know.
I mean, because it's one of those things like I feel like the tactical foul, as a lot of
Right,
people may call it.
right.
Um, you stick your leg out, you know you get the foul, and you throw your hands up like, "Hey, yeah, that's me."
Yeah, that's not
All
yeah.
right, cool. We'll let you get away with that the first time, but the second, the third, maybe even the fourth time you doing this, just because you're conceding that you fouled, doesn't mean that you don't get a card.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There was he stuck his leg in two, three times and never saw a card. And it's just like, and I feel like some of later on in the game when he finally started giving cards, some of those offenses were nowhere near even close to what he hadn't given them for minutes before.
Yeah, Milner committed 5 fouls today. Didn't get one card.
Didn't get one. How does
Foul.
that happen?
I don't get it.
I don't know, but
Samakis, the left back, had 6 fouls, but he didn't get yellow card either. I don't understand how the fullbacks got
you
away
know,
without
but
getting
I do
yellow.
hope, I really do hope that the Premier League, that um, our coaching staff, the officials in this match will go back and look at these stats. Wow, their fullbacks had 11 fouls in this
11
game,
fouls,
and
11
not one
between
of
the
them
two of
ended
them.
up being carded.
Not one of them got carded. cards went to Salah for his celebration, and
Salah for
Henderson
celebrating,
got one, and
and,
Henderson got one
and Henderson got one on a weak foul.
on a weak foul. Right, that wasn't even there were worse fouls that were not called for yellow card for. It was
Yeah. So I definitely think that some of the officiating decisions didn't work out in our favor throughout that game. But nonetheless, I do not think we played bad at all
no.
whatsoever. But let me go ahead and drop another link in here for you all, just in case you want to get on and chat with us here. And I just want to do a quick little shout out to our sponsors for today at FansBet. Okay, hold on one second. Let me pull up their information here so that make sure that we are shouting them out in all of this. But this season we've teamed up with FansBet. They are a fan-led sports betting company committed to supporting charities and causes which are important to fans. You do check them out at fansbet.com. Claim your bet 10, get 10 plus 50 free spins welcome offer. The link for this will be in the description section. Terms and restrictions apply. Full details on site 18 plus. Please do not please gamble responsibly. Visit gambleaware.org for more information, and also check out FansBet Responsible's gambling tool. You will also see us contributing to their social content, talking all things Crystal Palace. So do give them a follow. That's FansBet. All right. So P, who would you, for you at this point, for us, who stood out to you as far as their performances?
It was hard today. Honestly, I thought as a team we battled, but I might be I thought Mitchell did a good job on Salah today. Mitchell had a very difficult job today.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
I
and he did good overall. I think Salah really
right.
struggled
Yeah,
at
yeah.
times.
I thought Wardy played pretty well going against Mane on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gallagher did a lot of running. I mean, Gallagher was all over the field. He worked really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Wolf was kind of. I actually thought Ayu had a really good first half. Second half, he reverted to type, which is a shame because
Mm-hmm.
I bigged him up on Twitter saying how well he was playing. As soon as I did that, he started playing less well.
Jinxed him.
Yeah, I might have. I don't. That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I thought Gray and Anderson played well. I mean, none of the goals you can blame on those two. So I might just
No,
give it to
no.
those two.
I mean,
I might give it to those two. And again, I thought Guaita, honestly, I thought he played well. I
he
mean,
played well. He
he made
did.
a
I
lot
mean,
of saves. I mean,
he made some really
yeah,
really good saves. He made some
he
really
did.
really good saves. I mean, I
It's a
think
tough
people are going
call.
to talk about some of the things where the not the catch compared to the punch
Right.
possibly might come up, but I think overall he did extremely well because without a goalkeeper of his quality and having that type of game, we could have possibly seen more goals being scored. To be honest with you.
Right.
I think overall, I like what I saw. I mean, I think defensively, like live ball play, defensively, we did pretty well overall. The set pieces were tough.
Yeah,
Set pieces
and
were
also I
tough.
think if you, I'm starting to really playing out the back's getting much better. I think we're really getting more comfortable with that. I think White is getting more comfortable with that. Gray and Anderson already are. You saw today, Gray and Anderson both trying to ping 40-yard balls from the back.
Mhm.
I think Ward's getting better at it. Mitchell. I think the playing out the back's really working well. The press is working really well too.
Right.
Press is creating chances, turning over the ball higher up the pitch, which is great. Again, I just think it was just the half chances. If we could have put away one of those chances, I mean, earlier in the match, Benteke had a header from a corner, could have scored in the first minute. Remember the whole the almost thing with the Gallagher free kick, and it went over Allison's head. Wolf got on the end of it, and Allison scrambled in to clear the ball. I mean, it's fine margins in football, and again, you can't go to Anfield and give up set piece goals, and you cannot not take your chances. Today we didn't take our chances at all today, so
Yeah, and
tough, tough.
I think it's similar to what Patrick Vieira has been talking about. We have to take it and build. And I
Right.
think that's one of the things that I have confidence in him as a manager that he's going to do is he's going to bring us back into training and he's going to make sure that we're highlighting the things that we didn't do well the week before and talking about what we need to do better. Looks like we got Nick just signed on. Let's see, we can pull him in real quick.
Hey, how you
Hey, Nick,
doing?
what's going on, man?
Literally just got back to the car.
Long
Um,
trip, I bet.
Long trip. We got here half hour late, so
Oh,
so we missed most of our best chances. I just want to
you,
say,
you did.
the ref disgusted me today.
Thank you.
Uh,
Agree.
when odd son
Rubbish.
was through on goal, he was fouled 3 or 4 times
Yep.
before it gets shot away.
Yep.
Um, Will perhaps went down a little bit easy a couple of times, but a couple of times he was fouled. Um, why Liverpool players didn't get booked, I do not know. Um, and the atmosphere was rubbish there as well. I was very surprised. But yeah, so I've got DR in the front driving. Um,
What's up, D?
yeah,
Yo, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, it was tough, man. I think in a game, I think in any Premier League game, any professional contest, you never want to have the officials overshadow the play on the field.
Right.
And I think um, at times that was the case during this game. You know what I mean? And that's tough.
did it seem that bad from watching on the telly?
It was
Yes,
worse. Very frustrating to watch, Nick.
it was
Right.
especially because if you're just going to let guys foul and not give cards, do it the whole game. Do
Yeah.
it the whole game. The problem is later on in the game, probably 70th minute after, he starts throwing cards out for even lesser offenses.
Exactly.
Like Milner tabletopped James MacArthur in this game. Completely
Uh,
flipped him. Not even a foul. But
The
then they
referee
gave a
was just
card
shocking,
for
man.
Jordan
The
Henderson's
referee was,
defense in the second half.
the referee was just. I can't believe it. If I put into words, the channel will get put down. So I don't want to say what I want to really say. But
he's
all I would
rubbish.
just say is that the the fucking referee just spoiled the game. We know how Liverpool are, and I'm pretty sure there's clips out there about tactical fouls. Liverpool
Right.
were doing that all game long.
And
Yeah, they were
nothing.
doing that all game long. And then the referee, you're meant to be in the best league in the world. This is meant to be the greatest league in the world with the greatest players. Surely, if you're competent enough, you should be able to know about teams and how they play and know, like, you should have a discussion before games. You should know how Liverpool go ahead. Like, Liverpool were able to do that all game long. And this might sound ridiculous, and I know we lost 3-0 and we can talk about set pieces and all that other rubbish. But if the referee did give yellow cards, and if Liverpool weren't able to do what they were doing all game long, which they shouldn't have done, then that game doesn't go like that because they were able to foul whoever they wanted as soon as we were attacking because they
Yep.
were in a position to. They're not warned. They can keep doing the same thing. I don't care if you're a new ref, if you're experienced ref, you're meant to know what you're doing. Don't put some old referees into the league or some inexperienced referees into the league and say, "Oh, sorry." I don't care about your sorries. Like, I don't care about that. I'm not gonna say it cost us, but the game would have changed completely. The game would have changed. You can't just tell me Liverpool kept getting away with it and kept doing it. They must be laughing after the game.
Yeah,
The
because I mean,
strategy worked. The strategy is literally the foul loss on the counter.
yeah, because if you
DR has
think about it,
spoken.
yeah,
Live
'cause I
from
mean,
live
if you
from
think about
Liverpool.
it, if okay, and this is what I said to Pat earlier. Okay, naturally, you have that tactical foul, that little cynical foul. You get away with it that first time. The second time you should be carded so that you can't continue to do it the rest of the game. The problem is he allowed them to do that for the rest of the game, and now Liverpool can play the exact same style the entire game. No players have to watch what they're doing. No players have to be more conscious of how they're out there playing. They can just continue to be reckless, continue to get away with fouls, put your leg in, throw your hands up, and oh, I'm good. I'm not going to get a card on.
What I will say is I've seen us lose 3-0 to Chelsea first game of the season, and I saw us lose 3-0 today.
Don't
But the
compare.
difference in how we played
Yep.
Very
is
different.
incredible. So,
Yep.
but we're
Same
still
scoreline, but a very,
looking
very
good.
different play.
I'm
Yeah.
not worried about relegation anymore. I think we put on a good performance today. Um, so it is what it is, isn't it?
Yep. So Nick, before I let you guys go, Give me one change that you would make going into Brighton next weekend.
What change will I make going into Brighton
I'm
game?
not playing Kyoto.
I've
Sorry,
got three.
I'm
I got
playing
three
Kyoto.
changes.
I'm gonna get your
Duarte,
three in a second,
maybe.
Steve. I'll
Right.
let them go.
Chris Clark of Back of the Nest has said Duarte. Hang on, I'll hand you over. He can explain why.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah, cool.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hello.
What's up,
Oh,
man?
blimey. You all right?
Hello,
Um,
Clarky.
yeah, what? All right, bruv. Why drop Chiarte then? So, I mean, the answer is his first touch just isn't good enough. You know, he used to be a reliable defensive midfielder, and we've got other players who can do that. When Gyro came on, you saw the difference that he made in terms of our attacking play straight away, and I was happy to see him. I think we've got other options. I mean, why not give Will Hughes a game rather than relying on people who, frankly, I mean, he must be knackered apart from anything else. I also don't think he's been that great for a number of games. He's also been played out of position for quite a long time in centre back position. So, yeah, I think his time is up, at least as a first choicer. So that'd be me. That'd be
So
my take on it.
who do you think would be your choice to replace him in that midfield three?
Well, I mean, Luca had a good game in the match against Spurs last week.
Mm-hmm.
Gyro has a decent pass in him, and I'd like to see Will Hughes get a go. So yeah, I mean, for me, I'd like to see Will Hughes get a go. Although I think it's going to take a while for us to reach the stage where, I mean, I suppose at least it's not Hodgson. So we're not going to be waiting another 6 months to see Hughes starting a game. But I think it's more likely to be Luca in the short term, just in terms of what is actually going to happen, because we know what we get with Luca, whereas Hughes hasn't had a chance to build that understanding with the other Palace players yet.
All right, Chris. A couple of quick points. You mentioned how Gyro played. Did you see how Gyro was in on the second goal? He wasn't. He was switched off on the second goal. So,
fair.
and I love Gyro. The other thing is, you just comparing real quickly, Kouyaté to the other midfielders that played today. He had a 93% pass success rate.
Yeah.
Gallagher was 80% and MacArthur 82%. So, talk about him giving away the ball. He actually played really well today. Again, he was quiet because you didn't notice it. He was tidy. But again, I'd have no problem having Luca or Hughes play from next week. I'm just saying I wouldn't base it on today's match because he's actually pretty tidy today. But I understand your points about him being tired, etc.
This is why I always like comparing notes with you, Patrick, because I say what I see in the ground. As I always say, you can prove anything with facts.
But I would also
That's
like
what
to
I'm
see-
interested in.
What about Vicente? What about Vicente?
I would also
What
like
we
to
thinking
see
about him?
if what his how many times he lost possession, because passing percentage and losing possession are two different things.
Yeah,
You might complete most of your passes, but you might lose possession of the ball in control of it too. So I want to know what that stat would look like too, because that'll give you a really good overall view of how he did as far as that piece goes.
I mean, maybe what I've been pointing to is actually that he's not winning the ball when it's in those kind of competition areas. That's what I've been feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you guys make of Vicente today? I want to.
I'll go first.
Man.
I'll go first because I know what T was talking about before. I thought Vicente was excellent on a lot of the plays. I know people might talk about one or two of the goals, but I thought he made a couple of incredible saves today. Handling wasn't great from the crosses, but he was bombarded at points, DR. And I know people might get at him today, but I actually thought Guaita played really well today. The third goal, I'm not going to count because that was a stupid, ridiculously goal. Keita goal, but I thought he played well today. Yeah. Me personally.
It was, but there were a couple moments. I don't know, maybe just I noticed it, but he just didn't seem. I don't know. Like even there was a chance in the first half which they shouldn't have missed before the Mane situation.
Jota miss.
Yeah, he just compared that to him as well. I don't know, man. I'm not. There's been a couple moments this season where I'm not saying he's ready to be dropped, but I'm just saying there's been a couple moments this season he hasn't looked as comfortable in goal.
But you know what? But you know he's looking better at Dion looking much better at playing out the back though. You know, notice that he's looking more comfortable when they balls play back to him, which I think is an important point to the way that we play. So, I mean, there is that factor also. I think.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, let me just start by saying this: without the way that Guaita played in this game, we probably would have lost another one.
Yeah, at least
6-7-0. I mean, he made some really, really good saves. Now, I think he's going to have to evolve a little bit and progress a little bit when it comes to playing crosses, catching balls. I mean, that's just honest. But is he still effective? Is he still a really good goalkeeper? Absolutely. And I think it's and Patrick talked about this a little bit before we actually got on air live. Patrick actually used to coach goalkeepers, and he was saying that basically in his training, in the way that he has been groomed to play goalkeeper, he's been
Doesn't catch
trained
the
to
ball.
punch and not catch.
Yep, that's how they train Spanish keepers. The hair is the same way. That's how they're taught. So again, I think it might be a stature thing. They're not always necessarily really big. They're much more limber. They're great shot stoppers, but they don't can't teach him to catch the ball. So he's gonna punch before he does anything else. So again, but that didn't cost us today. I don't think one punch that he made or missed that cost us a goal. Our goals were see today. We were really poor in set pieces. We switched off on every second ball. Every time they knocked the ball down, we switched off, and it
Which
cost
is
us
the
three
issue we had
times.
last season. We struggled with set pieces
Yes,
last season.
yes,
We
yes.
did, we did,
And I'm trying
we
to
did.
figure out whether we're playing a man-to-man on corners or a zonal because I can't
Zone,
figure it out because
you know.
MacArthur was lost on I think the second goal, Gyro for the third goal, or maybe no, maybe actually the first goal was maybe Macca and the second
No,
goal was
it
maybe
was yeah.
Gyro.
The first goal was Maka
It was
because
right. He kind
yeah
of switched.
because I remember vividly because Salah ran all the way in
Yeah,
front
ran behind
of
him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like behind, and it came across, and MacArthur tried to go undercut underneath and never got
Right.
there. Yep, yep. So yeah,
And then
I think we work on those set pieces. We'll be all right. So, but yeah, we're gonna let you guys go, man. We want to let you make sure you guys drive safe.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
cool.
joining in on us
Cheers.
today,
get
man.
home safe, lads.
Yeah,
That's
we
All right,
it.
will.
guys.
See you
All
later,
right.
guys.
Cheers.
Take
See
care.
you guys.
All right.
So Pat, you said you had three changes that you
Yeah.
would make going into Brighton. Tell me about those
So
three
here's the
changes.
thing. Obviously now we switched to Monday. Monday becomes the huge, massive game. It's the rivalry. It's Brighton. So I had no problem with the lineup today. By the way,
Mhm.
to me we play so against Spurs. Leave those guys in. Let them play. I actually thought Benteke played well. Right now, I would definitely start Edward. Not because of anything that Edward did or didn't do today. I just think maybe it's time to start him, especially against a team like Brighton. So I would start Edward.
Mhm.
I would start Elise for Ayu.
Mhm.
Again, and again, I've defended Ayu, but I just watched Elise today. It's something about that kid I really really like. I don't know what it is. I mean, a couple of times today
He
even
adds something that
he's got
IU just doesn't have.
exactly. And then my third change would be either Kuyata or Mac. I don't really care for either Luca or Hughes, and I don't care what he does. If he wants to bring in Hughes for Maka, fine. He wants to bring Kiyate for Luca for Kiyate, fine. I changed up the midfield three. Not because they did anything wrong. I thought again Kiyate was well. I just thought at times today we're missing something in that midfield,
Mhm.
which Chris Clark makes a great point. I thought Gyro going forward brought a lot to us when he came on, but defensively he switched off, and that you gotta give him that. But I thought when he's going forward, Gyro was breaking the lines, looking forward, looking wide for those balls. And even if you started Gyro next week, I would have no problem. But change the midfield one, change IU, change Benteke, and I think we're good to go. But again,
Okay.
if you keep the same lineup, I'd have no problem with that either. To be honest with you, I wouldn't. Just let's get better on set pieces. Got to get better on set pieces.
Because I mean, with that lineup that started the game, have we played against someone else not of the same caliber as Liverpool?
Probably
I
would have got the
think
job done.
we probably would have got the job
Yeah,
done.
that's why I'm saying if we toss them again next
Um,
against Brighton, we got a good chance at home. So you're right. They
I
did
think
nothing wrong with their lineup. The lineup was not, there was nothing wrong with it. Just just
I would say I would definitely be on board with all three that you said.
right, right.
Now whether or not we get all three for Brighton, I don't think that'll happen.
I agree.
If I can make one change, and I think I'll change it like if I can make one change, I think I will put Edward up top.
Yeah.
I think I'll put
I want
Edward.
to just see him start. I want to see if he's
Yeah,
from the off. If we get
I
him in the
think
beginning, and again, you know what? But I have to see Edward with Olise and Wilf. I have to see the three of them. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you
I gotta see
definitely
three
want
of
to
them
see it.
because it's a different. It's just being a different. It just puts you on your back foot right away,
Yeah,
doesn't it? I
because
mean,
I feel like in terms of how close we are to seeing a change being made, I feel like that might be the one that's the closest.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But he
Because
loves Benteke though, which is
he
fine.
does, he does.
And he
But he
said it
also,
out loud, which is
but he
good.
also, but he also brought Edward on earlier
Yes.
this
Then he
time than last time.
agree.
I think
Yes.
they went like what maybe
I'll tell you right now. Uh,
60 was it? Did he come off by around the 60th minute?
it was 65 him and Gyro and 82 for Olise.
Okay,
So
so
yeah, a
65. So
third of the match to play.
yeah, so I mean, I could
And
see that
it was a
coming.
1-0, right? It was only 1-0 at the point. Yeah, it was
It
only
was only
1-0.
it
So
was only 1-0 at that
right,
point. So I
right.
could see that change happening sooner and coming sooner than any other one. So that would probably be the one I would make. But I
Gotcha.
would be perfectly fine with seeing those other ones that you mentioned because I think Elise has something about him,
I think he's ready
and
to start. Yeah.
I need him to get more.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit. It's like a tease
Yeah.
to see him out there to only get him for 7 minutes to get him
Right.
for
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
10 minutes. It's like, nah, man, let this dude get a run. Like even if it's you know, bring him on in the 55th minute,
Right. A little
something.
earlier.
Yeah, in this I do want to touch on this a little bit from what PP was talking about. Mitchell did get hurt. It was
Oh,
when it was when
towards the end, right?
towards the end
Yeah. When he
where
went,
he was competing for
he
that
was a,
ball,
he was attacking. Yeah. And he kind of.
and
Yep.
I think they called a foul on him too. On that too. But yeah, but I think he's okay. He soldiered on. He looked like he was all right though. But he did look good. So I was gonna ask this question to you, Patrick. So I'm gonna let Jay's question come on here. So how confident are you for next week with Brighton?
So I mean, it's it's the match of the season. This and the away match. I mean, I'm confident. Again, I have no problem with the way we played today. So I'm looking forward to the match. I mean, they don't play today. They play tomorrow, Brighton, right? So they'll have one less day of rest. I'm confident for the game. It's at home. Um,
It's under the lights, isn't it? It's a
it's
night
on the
game,
lights, a Monday night. Vieira knows how big this game is already. He's spoken about the
mm-hmm.
Brighton rivalry. He understands it. The players understand it. Wolf understands it. You get players that don't understand it informed right away. I'm confident in that game. I mean, listen, I respect. By the way, I have a lot of respect for Graham Potter as a manager. I think he
Mm-hmm.
plays a really good style. People put him down because he's Brighton manager. I think he's a very very good. So I respect them, but
I mean,
I think we
they're.
can win that
I
game.
mean, let's not let's call a spade a spade. I mean, they've got 3 wins this season.
Yep. And Leicester tomorrow they have right. Leicester at home.
Yeah,
So
They got Leicester at home, but I mean,
right.
they got 3 wins this season.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that says a lot from the first
Yeah.
five matches. But I mean, I'm confident going into it too.
Good.
And here's really the reason why. Not only, of course, of the makeup of our squad and the
Right.
quality that we have in it. Number one, we came out of this game without any major injuries, which is really important.
Yeah.
I think going forward. And that means we're 1 week closer to getting other guys back.
Eze, please on set pieces. We need him back for set
Man,
pieces.
Eze, I would have liked to see Gyro on a set piece. I wouldn't mind having Luca get a set piece.
Right.
Edward is actually really good on set piece.
Edward, yes, you're
He
right,
would have
yeah.
got that shot that if he would have
That
been in the
the
I
eye
would
you
have sent
had.
somebody out to bring him in.
Yeah,
Like
you're right.
you know what I mean? But I think that's another piece that we need to consider with our lineups. So when I was saying if I could make one change, that's the change I would make. And that might be one of the simple reasons why right there. Because with that lineup that we started today, we don't have a true direct free kick taker.
There isn't one. I mean,
Connor
again,
Connor does a Connor does a decent job with putting the ball into play or his corners, but when we have a direct scoring chance from
right.
a free kick, we don't have someone who can step up and take that ball and give us the confidence that we need to score a goal.
It's Eze obviously, and obviously he's injured, so that he's the one. Luca can do
Yeah,
it once in a while, but it's Eze. Eze's the one that
yeah,
we've seen it. We've seen the
yeah. We've
quality he
seen it.
has. We've
We've
seen
seen
it
it,
Leeds last year, so
yeah. So I mean, having somebody like him in there, having somebody like Edward get chances, guys that actually have a little bit of free kick experience. I hope I never see Ayu taking a free kick.
yeah. He takes it for
That,
Ghana. He does, but I'm done. I've seen him do it a few times for us, and they always go into the wall or over the bar. And I'm trying to support IU, but that was a waste. I mean, I'm
let's
not
be
saying
let's
score
be honest
worldly, but
here.
that wasn't good. They weren't
Saw
good.
the replay. Kanate jumped in the air
and he
and blocked it with his
with his
stomach.
arm. I know. So I went rolled up to his arm.
What kind of height are you getting on your kick, sir?
I know,
This
right?
man blocked it with his belly.
Yeah, belly rolled up to his arm, and then yeah, exactly right. It's like you gotta get it
Oh man,
up
yeah,
and over, go under. Cause they didn't remember. You know how some teams put a guy behind the wall? They didn't
yeah.
do that. Maybe go under the wall. They all
No, they
jumped. It looked
did.
like
They did. They had
they did. I didn't
they
see. I
had
looked.
Zemeckis. They had
Did
Zemeckis
it?
doing
Oh,
that.
okay, okay. Cause I kept looking for see. Okay, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
He was really blocking. Cause I didn't see
Only
him.
reason why I saw it was because they had a brief camera change where they were behind the
Gotcha.
goal.
Okay, cause we're
He
the
was
angle.
laying down, making sure he was like
Gotcha.
looking
Okay.
at
All right.
Allison trying to
So
figure out where to go. But
gotcha.
the
Okay.
reason why I'm confident going into the Brighton game is because I know for a fact, without a doubt, that Patrick Vieira is going to be analyzing this game and what we did well and
And
what we
what we
need
need
to
to work
improve
on.
upon
Yes,
and what needs to
absolutely.
be changed.
Yep.
That's the confidence that we as fans now can have with our manager.
Right.
In years past, regardless, let me.
Same.
I'm not gonna hate on Roy. Roy
Same
did
old.
what he
Same
needed
old.
to do,
Same.
but
Same.
we knew from the beginning that after we lost the game and going into the next one, that nothing was going to change.
Right.
The lineup probably wasn't going to change. More than likely, the formation wasn't going to change. The mindset, the tactics, all those things were going to stay the same. But from what we've seen both before games, after games, during games, Vieira adjusts. He makes adjustments. He pays attention. I'm sure that he's the type of manager that watches a lot of film
Right.
on teams and our own team. So that's probably going to be the big source of my confidence going into the next game is that I know that he's going to have us ready for that.
Interesting also, T. Today our under 23s lost 4-2 to the defending champion Man City
And that's it.
away, but
Mhm.
we have a game against West Ham on the 24th. Now, I guess that's Friday. We
Mhm.
play Monday. Interesting to see if Olise plays on Friday to get him up, get him a few more minutes in his legs, and then tries and maybe he'll start on Monday. You know what I mean? If they give him 45 minutes on Friday, because he hasn't played a lot. I mean, he only played the 45 minutes. He played a little bit for the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
23 game, and then
yeah.
we brought him on 10 minutes the last couple of matches. So I'm just interested to see what happens Friday. If he starts that game for maybe 30 and gets 45, I think he'll start Monday night. I really do. So
Part of me wonders, like, and I don't know. I guess on the devil's advocate side of it, if he starts that game, does he play for real? Like
gotcha.
if you
Be
know you
interesting though.
want.
Be
My
interesting.
thing is like, because if you know you want to start him, or you know he has a really
You
strong
you you
chance of
you you
starting,
probably just rest him,
you
obviously, right?
probably you probably don't want him to play.
Right.
You know
Again,
what
it
I'm
depends on
saying?
again. My thing is are his minutes up to where Vieira
Yeah,
feels like he can
exactly.
start
Because the
now?
thing about it is you want him to get more game time.
Exactly.
I
Because you
think
want
that
to get him in that lineup
if
at
we
some point.
did see him start, or if we did see him play a significant role in that match on Friday, my hope is that he'll see a greater role in the game at least on
Right.
Monday.
Right.
So he'll play 30 minutes. He'll play 40, 45. Like,
Come on earlier. Right.
yeah, that would be my hope if he does play on Friday. But if he doesn't play on Friday, that could be a good sign for us. That kind of like how when
That is
Jez,
right.
because we knew when Jez wouldn't play in those
Right. He
U23
was playing. He
games
was on a bench at least for the
because he
first
was
team.
with
Right.
us.
Right.
So my hope is that if that's the case, and that's a sign that he's going to play a greater role for us. So I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to what's to come, and of course it's Brighton, man. Like I think that I don't think we're going to have to convince anybody to get up for that game. We're not going to have
No.
to convince
Nope.
anybody to,
Nope.
to, to come with their all and give their all during that game. So I think that's a really good thing going forward. So, but I guess last part of the thing. So who would you say would be your man of the match for us in this game?
Like I said before, it was hard to
Yeah.
pick a player. I guess I'm gonna bail out and just say Conor Gallagher because he was all over the pitch as he always is. See, Conor Gallagher's the easy. He's the bailout. Whether we win, lose, or draw, you can always say
Mhm.
Conor Gallagher, and you can be spot on because that's how good of a game he normally has. And honestly, no one really stood out today for me. I didn't think again. The only thing I would say, I really thought Guehi and Anderson played really well, so I'd pick one of those two. But I would just say, I mean, Connor was all over the place again today, as he always is. So it
I
was hard
think
today to pick someone.
I think you could I think you could definitely go with either one of the back two guys, whether it be Gahey or Anderson, because I think they really played well. Anderson actually played some really nice passes into that final third.
I'm not gonna name the website that I have, an app that I have on my phone, but they
Mhm.
gave the highest rating was actually for Jordan Ayew. So that
Don't
just
don't
shows
don't
you. I know
don't give their name.
that just I'm not gonna get the
They
name.
might end up
I'm not. But that's isn't
discussing
that
it out.
interesting? They gave it to Jordan Ayew. Wow, the
Wow.
highest rating.
My man the match for me in this and from what I saw was Tyreek Mitchell
Okay,
because
that's a good
honestly
shot. I
he
like that.
did a great job on that flank against Salah.
He one of top four players in the whole world. You're right
Exactly,
about
and I
that.
think
People criticized him earlier in the season how he wasn't playing well. Look how he's come on the last few 3-4 matches. West Ham, Spurs, and now Liverpool. Not easy matches. He's played really
no,
well.
and I mean outside of what he scored with that one, I think Mitchell did a fantastic job marking his drop. I
Right.
mean, there was multiple times where he came down the flank and Mitchell just stymied him, got the
Yep.
ball out, kicked it out, things like that. So that would be mine. It looks like we got a late comer here. We want to make sure we bring him on. We
Uh
got
oh.
David here. We'll bring in David real quick. David, what's up, man?
Hey guys, you okay?
Are you
Good,
alright?
good, good, man. How are you?
Yeah, perfect. I've been sat waiting. I didn't realise I had to press the join button to actually join the stream. So yeah, ridiculous. But I think that's the most exciting 3-0 loss I've ever watched. Crystal Palace. I loved it. The first
Good way
two
to put it.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes was amazing. And I think up until that 88th minute, I actually thought the whole time we had a chance to score a goal.
Mhm.
Uh, and I love the team. Yeah, Jordan Ayew should have come off a lot earlier. And what the hell was that free kick? That was bloody ridiculous. But I don't get how Wilf was supposed to be on free kicks, Conor Gallagher, and then he ends up taking it.
I have no idea. Like
No
that
idea.
that that
Yeah.
that shocked me as much as when
Baffling.
Benteke took the penalty away from Luca
Luca.
that one game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and Tyreek Mitchell, what a game
Yeah.
against Salah.
Against
That,
Yeah.
Salah. Like
this
outside
got
of
one
when
of the best
Salah
in the
scored
world.
that goal, can you tell me a moment where he had something that you're like, oh man, like that was close.
Yeah,
Like it just wasn't there.
absolute quality. I cannot wait till the Brighton game, but this is where we find out what Patrick Vieira is going to do to bring the team back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know about wholesale changes. Actually, I'm not sure if you take Benteke out, whether he's going to lose confidence, and then, or if
Good
we need to
point.
keep him in until he scores.
Right.
Because you
I
can
don't,
tell
or if taking him out
he's a very
and
cerebral
starting
player.
Edouard means he then comes back and fights for the place and gets a goal.
Right. Good point.
So then, David, if you could make one change, what do you think that one change would be for the game?
Uh,
Jordan Ayew.
Elise, definitely.
Yeah.
He has to start. He has to start. Yeah, yeah.
Knew
I
it.
don't know. Yeah,
Can't disagree with that
absolutely.
one. Can't disagree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like I don't know. This guy must be so good in training, but he just comes on and he's had a couple of good games recently, but today should have come on. I don't know, a half time or something. I don't know.
Because he like I see the same way I saw when we were when Roy was really bringing Eze along slowly before he really
Mm.
got into
Right.
the team the way he needed to be. Every time Eze got into the game, there was this magic about him when he got on the ball or when he was involved in the build-up. And I get that with Elise too.
Mm.
You know, there was a play where he got into a triangle just outside the box on the left hand side. And who was it that he played in? I think I want to say he took the pass from Tyreek and
He
he played
skinned,
Wilson maybe.
I think
he
it was
skinned
Wolf.
James Mitchell,
Yeah.
didn't?
And he,
And
So he
it
skinned
just
James
that
Milner.
easy little slide rule pass.
yeah.
Mm.
Like
There's
it's
something about him
those
for sure.
moments.
Something about
Yeah.
him for sure.
And if you can give me just right, I mean, okay, I'm not expecting the world. Maybe he doesn't start, but like, give me 40 minutes of him. Like,
Good.
give me 45 of them. Let me get this kid. Let me see. And then the thing about it is, people didn't notice when he came in the game. He didn't come in for IU.
No, he came in the middle.
He came into
Came
the
in
midfield.
from MacArthur. Yeah, right.
He came in from MacArthur into the
Right.
midfield.
Right.
So that's another signal right there. Is that he's more than a winger to
Mm.
Vieira.
Right.
Should we have maybe kept Benteke on and brought on Edward for Ayu?
Gone two up top possibly.
Just
Or Edward can play
because
wide. Yeah.
Yeah, why? I mean, Edward can't play wide. I mean, you could do that. I mean, because I mean, the thing about it is with having attacking, with what is having more attacking fullbacks, you can afford to go narrow up top. You don't have to have necessarily out and out wingers. So if you want to play
Right.
towards the top and maybe slide Wolf in behind them, and then just let your
You so
fullbacks
you be
move
the
up,
width. Right.
yeah, and be the width. You could do that. You could do that. And
yeah,
Vieira actually did that at Nice when he had Balotelli and San Maximan up top. So it's not like
Hmm.
it's not something he hasn't done in the past.
Right.
So well, awesome, man. Well,
yeah.
David, thank you for coming on, man. We really appreciate you talking
Nice.
with us, man.
So one last point. Really good to see Klein on the bench.
Yeah.
Ward had a great game, but great seeing Klein. Klein. I
Yeah, because
can't
I
wait for
think
him to
he
come
has
back.
he, Pat, has he made the bench every game since the international break?
Who? Klein?
Klein?
He's been the last two at least. I know they said. I think
Oh,
he
really?
might have had. Yeah, he
My bad.
might have had COVID. So yeah, he was definitely on the bench last week against Spurs. That was the first time I think
Yeah,
remember
so
him being on the bench. So
that's good. I mean, I'm interested to see when he's going to get his chance. If
he's
he,
pushing Ward though, because has been playing much better of
I mean,
late
yeah,
for sure.
he's got to be pushing
Credit
Ward.
to Ward because I mean
Yeah,
today against
Ward has
Mane,
really stepped up his
Mane's
game.
yeah, Mane's tough.
Yeah, I mean, Mane is always going to be tough. Like the thing that
Yeah.
people don't realize how strong Mane is.
Yeah.
Like Ward was trying to be on top of him, and Mane was like
Yep.
holding him off. Like that dude is small, but he's strong.
Yep.
Well, awesome, man. Thanks, Dave. We appreciate you coming on, my man.
Thanks, David.
Take care,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Take
Take
care,
it
mate.
easy.
Bye.
All right.
All right, man. Any parting thoughts you got before we hop off here, big dog?
Looking forward to Brighton Monday.
Absolutely.
I won't make a prediction yet, but I think we're gonna win. I'm
Come
confident
on,
we're gonna win that
Oracle.
match.
Come on,
Confident.
Oracle. Okay,
Confident.
because
Confident. I'm
you
confident.
you didn't make a prediction for this game. I
I
noticed
didn't.
that one.
I didn't because I didn't want to predict the loss. I hate predicting losses, so that's why I don't make
You could have
predictions.
predicted a tie.
I didn't think we are gonna get a draw. That's why I didn't pick it.
I blame you. I'm bringing up all my thoughts. I blame
uh,
you.
my brain did say like 3-0 Liverpool. I didn't want to believe my brain now. Trust me, so
Okay, well, people gonna be looking for you to make that prediction, whether it be on Twitter,
it's
whether it be
coming.
on the
It's coming.
podcast.
It's
It
coming.
gotta come.
Promise you, it's coming.
Gotcha. Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. Brighten Under the Lights is always gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
it seems like playing this game on a Monday night has become kind of the move. So really looking forward to it. But we appreciate you all for tuning in. Make sure you all like, comment, subscribe, interact with us
Please do.
online.
Yep.
We're all on Twitter at Back of the Nest, at Tea Time STL, at Patrick Eagles 15. Interact with us, man. We always love talking Palace with anybody who wants to, and we appreciate it. And as always, up the Palace.
He left. You left me.